I mean, man, he's good. Okay, before we move on, let's take a moment and in your notes, I want you to think about. Give me an example, and you cannot use any we just saw in the videos we just talked about of a hero, of a tragic hero, and of an anti-hero. And then take a moment and discuss. Good discussion, guys. Well done. Okay, some more elements. We're talking about Shakespeare. We did quite a few of these things beforehand, but let's look at some more of the just overarching elements. Shakespeare's tragedies. In a tragedy, the main characters are often dignified and noble. His or her character flaw may bring about his or her downfall. We said this already. But another reason a character may fall is due to forces beyond his or her control. Now, we're going to be looking at Macbeth. Okay, you have to remember when we are reading these stories that he is a hero. He will be introduced, however briefly, as being a powerful and efficient and noble man. And then he's going to face his downfall really quickly. And you, as the readers, need to kind of decide, and viewers, need to decide, what do you think is what pushes him to his downfall? And was it within his control? Was it someone else's fault? Things of that nature. They are usually going to win some self-knowledge or gain strength to make decisions, and that's frequently going to be basically about how they end. Like for Macbeth, it's going to be, how does he want to go out? What kind of blaze of glory does he want to try to make? And then for their motivation, because these are very deep characters. It's what makes it so amazing, is that not only is Shakespeare writing in fantastic blank verse and with all these rich metaphors, but in doing so, he's got characters that are deeply, deeply realistic and motivated and developed. You're going to think about their spiritual values, feelings, their sincerities, what to them is gloriful, how to define failure, those elements. Okay, remember that this is a play. Shakespeare is going to use language to set a scene, to develop his character. So you need to be paying attention. We're going to watch Macbeth first, and then we're going to read most of it again. Hopefully, by having seen it the first time, you'll be able to have a general understanding of what's going on, so that when you're going back, looking at the words, you have a mental image. But these are here to let you know that in a theater that has lights all the way up and very limited costumes and very limited sets, when it's dark, or grab the candle, means it's dark. Stop shaking your gory locks at me, is what Macbeth says to a ghost at one point, and it's telling you, the ghost being an invisible character in some stagings, what it's supposed to be doing. That is why they're going to talk about the time, the weather, and what each other is doing so very much. We've gone over blank verse before. You took notes in it before. Not talking about it again. Please remember though, blank verse is unrhymed iambic pentameter. What you need to know now is that blank verse indicates that the person is in control. When they're able to speak in blank verse, that means that they have their mental capacities in full swing. When you meet lower class characters in Shakespeare's plays, they don't always speak in blank verse because they're not noble, they're not special. When people start to lose their mind, the iambic pentameter breaks down. Examples, once again, we talked about these already, so moving forward. And our couplets, we talked about these as well. You're looking at, this is the Blackfriars Playhouse down on the stand that some of the English folk classes are going on tomorrow. This is the middle of the performance. You can see that it is well lit. There is no set. They do not change the set between different scenes or different places. It is all through the words that come alive. One of the important elements that Shakespeare uses are couplets, because couplets, they rhyme. They are used to indicate that the scene is about to close, that we've finished one thing. It usually also sums up an idea. So in some of the big speeches too, where you see a lot of couplets, what you're hearing is that someone who cannot make up their mind, they keep saying, here's this decision, and then they go, well, maybe not, let me decide this. And each decision is its own couplet. And if they're doing them over and over and over again, that too is indicating a significant strain on their mental capacity. So let's look at some tips. Don't stop at the end of the line. That doesn't really mean anything. Stop at the end of an idea. Do be prepared to read more than once. I mean, you guys have at this point had experience with Shakespeare on multiple levels, and you don't always get it the first time. You'll usually get the gist the first time and get a semblance of what's happening, but the in-depth meaning, what he's really trying to say, not so much. And don't forget to look at the footnotes. He uses some weird words. Make sure you're checking them out so that you're not missing out on some content. Okay, so his brilliance is not just from his poetry, but also his characters. They really are in-depth and amazing. I love Macbeth. I hope you will too, just because everyone is such a rich, powerfully drawn character. They are incredibly strong people in very trying times, and they are very much put to the test, and they are exposed on stage as to what they're going through in their decision-making process. It's great. Real quick, Shakespeare's reminder was first and foremost an actor. He was a writer, so he had something to play in. He wrote 37 plays, which boggles my mind, both tragedies, comedies, histories, and romances, before he retired in 1612. I think I have one more video for you guys to watch, and I think I'm gonna put some fun ones on there too, just for entertainment value. I'm sure today was not the most fun you've ever had, but I hope you got the information nonetheless. There will be a quiz. I'm not going to do it to you the first day after break, but it is going to happen. Good luck and have a great Thanksgiving.